Hello, YouTube. So, the link to the video is on the description. If you can give it a like, subscribe, comment, these things, it would be very nice. So, gonna be watching The Problem with the Woman in Games by the background NPC. Let's go.
Earlier. In every other kind of media.
Oh, it's on 2x. Oh,
Shows, books, movies.
okay.
We expect spiral here. In every other kind of media, shows, books, movies, we expect characters to be these complex, emotionally layered, and oftentimes attractive people. CD Projekt Red gave us Geralt in a bathtub, and the entire internet said,
Oh yeah, I still have to finish The Witcher. I played until the battle that the old man died. I forgot the name of the battle. And there is some time that I don't play, so I forgot a bunch. I can do it to the stream. I have to finish the game.
absolute cinema. But when a female game character is hotter, suddenly it's like the studio committed some kind of war crime. And somewhere between 2014 and now, these types of women
It's the cultural, I think. Yeah,
just started disappearing
that's been
more
happening.
and more from
That has been happening on the internet sometime around.
our Western games. You know, women who had beauty and charm and mystery, lip gloss, and the ability to just ruin your life with a single dialogue option. So let's talk about the modern female protagonist. How did you feel when I said that? Yeah, that's what I thought. Typically, they're more emotionally walled off. They're vaguely angry. Honestly, me too. They have tactical everything, tragic backstory. They're vaguely angry. Honestly, me too. They have tactical
If you see the comparison to from this character with the model, what the hell did they do, man? They got out of the way to make the model that was already a beautiful woman looks like
everything, tragic backstories, but a lot of times won't talk about it with you. Muted color palettes and no cute hairstyles or makeup or joy, and they normally display more masculine traits. And I'm not saying that these characters can never work, but if they're not done extremely well, the issue isn't just that so many of them.
it's bad writers with bad designers that pass that get the job not because they are good but because of what they represent, because they represent something and believe in some type of ideology that the people want to spread the message of. So they don't care about the quality of the work. They care only if the person is pro something or wants something and whatever.
Them fall flat, it's that they don't resonate at all. They're not iconic, they're not aspirational.
Because they stopped caring about telling or showing a good story, making a good game. They care about spreading the message, the message that they want to spread.
And they're just not the kind of character you want to think about after the credits roll. And just like the women that I obsess over in all my books and TV shows, the smart, complex, stunning characters, I just want to aspire to the character that I'm playing in a game. She should feel powerful and gorgeous and emotionally relatable in a way that makes sense. But most of the leads that we're getting nowadays, they're not memorable. And let's be honest, they're not exactly breaking the internet, okay? At least in a good way.
Of course,
the characters that really stand out, that make a difference, they've got it all. They've got the looks and the charm and the presence and the personality, and they've got the things that make people care, or at least cosplay. Well, we didn't want to over-sexualize her. Okay, that's fine. I'm on board with that. But somewhere along the way, that turned into she can't flirt, or cry, or be too gentle, or smile too much, or wear makeup. Yes, sorry, I'm gonna...
Yes, because for them, being gentle is It's not how can I explain? Being feminine and gentle is something that they consider that the girl would do only to try to attract guys, and not because she's a good person that wants to be gentle, and she's a girl that like to be feminine. So they try to strip these things of the characters because of that, and make them look something that's not male or female, something in the middle, something I don't know how to explain what they try to do.
Hit on that a little bit today. We went from don't objectify her to don't let her feel like a real person. And she can be strong, but not soft. Beautiful, but only
As someone that love ecchi anime, I don't care about the sexualization. The more, the better.
on accident. Heaven forbid she has feelings and good hair at the same time. And I think about this every time that I get the opportunity to make a custom character in a game. She is always a baddie that has lore. Winged eyeliner, mysterious aura. Every NPC in the game is in love with her, and honestly, they should be, okay? My tab in Baldur's Gate 3, an angel. She walks into a scene and the
Bro,
lighting
that's a really nice looking character.
just poof, gets better. Gale starts sweating, and Asterion is chomping at the bit. Shadowheart's having some conflictions, and her inventory is even more iconic. She's got 3 cursed rings, an apple, and a morally questionable tiara that she just doesn't want to take off. And it just makes you wonder, because if certain games let you create characters with so much charm and magnetism, why can't games with dedicated female leads do the same thing? Well, what are some of the more recent female leads that we've been graced with? I think about Frey from Forspoken. She can
I remember watching the gameplay, people playing this game in some sense. People made mashups of her reactions of people playing. Awful writing, I guess. Not that I am a writer, to know too much about these things, but you don't need to be a master chef to go to a restaurant and judge if the food is good or not. You know what I mean? And the writing, bro, I don't know. Because I don't understand how people let something like this pass. How someone don't look at what is being written, what's being made, and say this shit is not good. How it pass? I can't imagine it.
fight dragons and bend the laws of
I guess people just don't care because it's okay. Because it's people that don't care about the games. They don't care about gaming. They don't care about comics. They don't care about manga. They don't care about anime. They care about spreading the message that they want to spread. Well,
physics and literally parkour across dimensions. That's super cool. But for some reason, they gave her the most awkward dialogue and had her deliver every line like she was on hold with customer service. On mute. What about Kay Vess from Star Wars Outlaws? She's a scrappy
so strange
space outlaw,
looking.
in theory. In practice, she kind of just plays like she just respawned from a bug and isn't sure where she is or why she's there. Okay, well, what
Wait, let me just.
about female Ivor from Assassin's Creed Valhalla? Actually, she was canonically the real one. But you probably wouldn't know that because even Ubisoft was like, dang, that's crazy. Anyway, check out this guy's beard. Or Dragon Age.
I remember only seeing people playing with the guy. I don't think I ever see a game play with the girl. But you can choose, right? I'm not sure.
The Veilguard. This game was like 10 years in the oven,
Bro.
and somehow it's
So fucking ugly.
still came out soggy. It often felt cringy instead of charming, and there really wasn't much mystery, but there was a lot of lecturing. And instead of emotionally rich
It was like a 14-year-old fanfiction. But even that sometimes is better.
companions, we kind of just got chronically online Twitter bios and fantasy outfits. I think you get the point, but I'm gonna say it anyway. We need female characters with range. with presence, with a little drama, if you will. The girls who made you feel something were not perfect. They were messy and charismatic and complicated in the best way. Sadie Adler from Red Dead 2.
Bro, Sage is good, too good. I just did the other day. I finished getting all the achievements. I thought I would not do it because I really dislike a game putting online achievements to make you play the game online. You know what I mean? In the Red Dead Redemption, some of the achievements is online, and I was thinking maybe I will not do it, but I ended doing it.
Her husband literally dies, and she goes, cool, I'm going feral now. And grieving? Yes. Stunning? Yes. Horse girl? Absolutely. But I would let her run me over with that horse. Chloe Fraser from Uncharted. She's flirty and morally flexible, and somehow still makes betrayal
Never
feel...
played. There is a bunch of games that I didn't play because I was a Dota 2 and the Dota 1 player, and I would play on the LAN house the only Dota with the boys, and some MMO that people were playing at the time. It was either Ragnarok or Lineage 2 or Cabal, and I played a bit of Terra too. Terra, oh bro, how I miss Terra.
hot. Tifa Lockhart from Final Fantasy.
There is
She
a
could
bunch of
literally
old
take
games for me to play, and I will probably play all on stream.
on a behemoth in one hit and then quietly make you some soup and ask if you've been sleeping okay. Max from Life is Strange, a super sweet, anxious girl
I
who
remember watching the first Life is Strange game at the time that it launched. It was alright, but it seems like the new ones are kinda bad.
accidentally rewrote the entire space-time continuum just because she had too many feelings, and honestly, we love a relatable queen. Or Nabooru from the Legend of Zelda series. She leads armies and fights evil, and somehow she still looks like she's posing for a Vogue cover the entire time. Probably my first girl crush. This should not be controversial, but I'll say it. We need to bring back great male leads. Okay? And not because women can't carry a story, but because we've just chucked balance off a cliff. It seems like the knee-jerk reaction to underrepresentation accusations became all female everything forever, no notes. And now, after we've gotten so many forgettable female leads, not you, Ellie and Aloy, my queens, but with all the others, we've hit this weird place where the audience is already exhausted before the trailer even ends. And unfortunately, caught in the crossfires of this has been Naughty Dog's new IP, Intergalactic, and Ghost of Yote. But when I think about just well-written women in games, what's interesting is some of gaming's best women were not even the protagonist, but they were the scene stealers. Siri from The
character don't need to be the protagonist to be good. These people just don't know how to write. That's it.
Witcher 3 is quite literally the entire reason that Geralt is risking his life across these war-torn kingdoms.
I have to finish The Witcher. I played until the battle that the old man died. And I stopped because I started playing Red Dead and I wanted to do all the achievements and shit like that. I'll probably do in stream. I'll play from the beginning again because I forget a bunch of things.
And she's this complicated, beautiful, just wild young girl who's somehow still more mature than everyone else around her. Or Yuna from Final Fantasy X, this graceful, selfless, and devastating character.
I have seen some clips of VTubers playing this Final Fantasy, but I forgot it.
Carrying the hopes of an entire world on her back, and then she still apologizes when she inconveniences you. And if that's not being a girl, I don't know what is. Or Midna from Twilight Princess. All right, she's a little bit annoying at first, but she bullies Link for the first 30 hours of the game, saves his life, opens a dimensional portal, and then vanishes all with a glowing tear. He never says a word to her the entire game, but she says everything with her absence. Truly a legendary situationship. And while Western games games are nervously nerfing kind of every trace of femininity from their female characters, Eastern devs are like, yeah, here's a mysterious woman who could kill you and make you cry about it. You're welcome. Capcom? They've been in their iconic woman era since like forever. Resident Evil is one of my all-time
Because they don't, Eastern devs and creators, they don't care too much about random people on Twitter and the random journalists talking shit about them.
favorite series. And Jill is tactical, calm, and easily has the cleanest bob in gaming.
Another franchise that I never played. Would be nice to play it, to play from the beginning to the new onto the new one. No, I don't like to play the idea. How can I explain it? I think I prefer playing the original over playing the remaster. I know that there is some Resident Evils that have remaster, but when I play it, I will probably try to play the original if I can, because I like to feel the original artistic intention, yeah, and the artistic direction. And there's some remasters that lose that, yeah, because yeah, let's be honest, remasters are trying to get people by nostalgia and things like that.
Ada is mysterious, stylish, and she might lie to your face, but she's still gonna get a fan cam. Claire is this beautiful, kind, capable woman who takes zero nonsense. And Lady D had like 10 minutes of screen time in Village, and she still owned Halloween for like the next 2 years. They're hot, they're cool, they've got so much range,
People
and
got
you
too
remember
crazy
them.
about
You want to be them,
this lady.
or you just kind of want them to emotionally damage you just a little bit. It's the same kind of energy with Monster Hunter Wilds. They dropped a couple of composed, stunning women, and the internet instantly started to cosplay. They're expressive and graceful, and they've just got that magnetism about them. And that's why the boys are in love, the girls are in love, and I am in love. And then we've got From Software, who just casually releases the most haunting, elegant women in modern gaming like it's nothing. The doll from Bloodborne, our favorite Victorian comfort character.
Bro,
she's soft-spoken,
this doll
she's gentle,
is so
and
beautiful.
she definitely knows more than she's letting on.
When I play all the Souls games too, in the future, I always see art of her.
Or Lady Maria, tragic, terrifying character with perfect posture, and 10 out of 10, I would let her fight me again. Or Ronnie from Elden Ring, who I was quite literally on my knees for, and I made sure to do every single step of her quest so I could serve her as me Elden Lord. Or Melina. Melina was so glowing and quiet and just sad. And then when she leaves you at the site of grace, like, my work here is done. And you're just devastated, and you're just sitting there all by yourself, alone, in your little tunic. These ladies do not need exposition dumps or 80 cutscenes. They just show up and drip elegance, drop one line of vague sorrow, and then next thing you know, you're obsessing over cosplays and fan art for like the next.
Having a good design is important.
Month. I say all of this because femininity is not outdated. It's not shallow, and it's not something that you need to water down for the story to be taken seriously. It's range. So please let women be cute and manipulative, kind and a little chaotic, soft but have sharp teeth, pretty, powerful, emotionally devastating, and the reason the protagonist starts journaling in a cave somewhere. Because femininity is Zelda, steadfast and radiant, and standing between her kingdom and ruin with nothing but hope and stubborn grace. Or Triss, who's clever and compassionate and plays politics with you with a super soft smile that just makes you kind of...
I didn't hate Triss like some people do. I mean, I preferred in the games. I only played the Witcher 3 and I did not finish it, but onto the points that I played, I think I preferred the Yennefer. But I don't like Triss like people normally do. She was alright, I think. Kinda bad of her to try to get her friend got
forget that she's winning. Or Bayonetta, who's playful and provocative and treats every battlefield like a runway and then never manages to smudge her lipstick. Or Lightning, who's a beautiful,
Ooh.
guarded, and grieving character who carries the entire weight of the world in 6-inch heels. And when female characters are done right, they're not flat or abrasive or weak. They're actually narrative gold. They have tension and softness that stabs, or beauty as a weapon. Let's let women be gorgeous and terrifying, sweet and strategic, gentle and unhinged. Let them be feminine again.
Nice. Very nice video. If you can go, the link is on the description. If you can go and give it a like or something like that, so it'll be very nice. If you watch it until here, please give it a like, comment, subscribe. You know the thing. Bye bye.